I'm here with Daniel Peterson from Hacienda Esmeralda, a world-famous geisha coffee producer in Boquete, Panama. And we're here at the 2022 Best of Panama competition. And I want to take this opportunity to ask Daniel if he could fill us in a little bit on the origin of geisha coffee, which has now become so famous.
Well, the seed of geisha comes originally from Ethiopia, from the area referred to as Geisha. That's where the name goes to geisha. In the 1936 time period, it was collected by a representative of England. It was transported to a few spots around the world and made it into Panama in the early 1960s. The seed was brought here because at that moment, really, they were looking at a resistance to a fungus that afflicts coffee quite a bit. Coffee seed was brought in, the fungus arrived, and it did not hit coffee varieties in Panama much. And for that reason, the variety was kind of forgotten about. From the 1960s for 30, 40 years, and really some curious farmers kept it in the back of the farm because it's a bit of a different physically looking tree. It's taller, it's a bit more gangly looking.
Yeah.
It's got bronze tips and green tip leaves.
Yeah.
And it was in an era where we weren't really paying attention to nothing else but high yields. And in 2004, we were very lucky to put it on the table of the Best of Panama for the first time. And this was in front of a panel of judges that was searching for excellence in the cup. Instead of looking for something that gave me a high yield per acre, they were searching for the thing that tasted best. And it was a total surprise. It was in 2004, the coffee producing countries of America, going from southern Mexico to Brazil and Peru. All coffees were expected to have maybe some chocolate and some citric notes to it. And boom, comes out the geisha, and it has jasmine, bergamot, it has these mint, lemongrass attributes to it. They're very different, and kind of broke a mindset that, oh, America can only produce these very, very single-phase coffee. And well, it's changed quite a bit. And Barry, you've been coming to Panama for the Best of Panama for a number of years.
A number of years. I remember being on a jury in 2006, being blown away by the coffee. As you said, it's like so radically different and so floral and so fruity that it essentially became something that just stood apart from everything else and is taking the coffee world on. And in large part thanks to you and your family.
So you were here, see, when you started 2006, even among producers, among my family, we weren't sure that the flavor would come out at each year. Some people thought it was a fluke, and farmers were like, well, I'm going to give it a couple years before I try planting it. And after a couple years, it kept coming out, and we saw there was some consistency there. And the story goes on from there.
Well, today, Boquete and Volcan, Panama have become the epicenter of the world of coffee, in particular geisha coffee. Thanks to you, your family, and the developing of geisha varietal.
Also, the fact that we're a whole bunch of curious farmers that actually, at the beginning, we were all having to do something else to subsist and keep in the coffee. We love coffee. And bring in all this know-how from different angles and improve every year where we can, the quality.
It's a whole story unto itself, because, and it's a great story about the collegial aspect of the producers in this area, their intellect, and their ability to help one another for the greater good. But we'll talk about that another day. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.